Today we're going to view an exquisite European-style property here in the heart of Panama City like you've never seen before. Heidi, let's take it away.
Let's go.
Wow, Heidi, this is absolutely gorgeous. You are not lying. This is a Paris, Madrid, very European-style apartment.
Yes.
Gorgeous. What can you tell us about this unit?
Okay, Javier, we are in Santa Familia, which is a very unique building with a history. Over 14 years constructing this building, which for the developers, Conservatorio, was really something that is their baby, you know, their gem, because when they purchased this building, it was probably the ugliest building in Casco, and they felt,
The ugliest.
well, I don't know if it was the ugliest, but what they've done today made it, you know, the most outstanding project that exists in Casco for so many reasons.
The
so
crown jewel of the neighborhood, you could say, in many ways. Yeah.
It is, exactly. So here at the kitchen, you see that even though in the old city, there are a lot of smaller spaces, you'll find the apartments have smaller kitchens, smaller living rooms, smaller bedrooms, narrow balconies.
Yeah.
But this one, you feel, you know, a little more open space.
It has very decent size, definitely. I like it.
As you can see, a very spacious living area, a long balcony that looks down into the courtyard.
You know, I love the courtyard because it really reminds me of that Southern Spanish, Italian architecture, very Seville, you know, absolutely love it.
Panama is a UNESCO heritage site. It does have that feel, you know, of the European feel.
Yeah, very Paris, very Rome.
Very
definitely.
Paris,
You feel, because the other part of the city definitely feels more Miami, feels more North America. But
Exactly.
here, I definitely feel it's a throwback to my Spanish roots, for example. I feel like I'm in Madrid or Seville, so it's really different.
Within
I like
such
it.
a close proximity, you feel like you're on a completely different side
It's
of
a
the
different
world.
vibe.
It is, it is. Very nice size living room with your terrace that is just outstanding. You know, a long terrace.
And again, very Spanish and over central courtyard. Very
Exactly,
nice.
and narrow too. You don't find the really wide balconies here like you do in other parts, but again, that European feel, it's all part of it.
I'm expecting the Italian grandmothers to come out and start yelling, "Ma che cosa fai?" Very, very nice. No, and I love this living room. It's like so nicely decorated. It's very warm. Like I love how they're working with the colors, the beige, the little wood touches. I really love it.
The tiles, you didn't comment on the tiles.
Beautiful. Yes, very comfortable.
The colors. Okay, so let me take you into, you know, the back end of the apartment here where we've got the other two bedrooms.
Perfect.
We have the master, which is stunning, you know.
Very nice.
The decor, the natural
very
light,
beautiful.
high ceilings. We've got an ensuite bath here as well with the double sinks. There's the walk-in closet side by side and then goes through to the restroom.
I like that it's very fresh. I like the white with the woody kind of like, you know, elements of the room.
and how it all blends together and, you know,
very
the frames
nicely.
of the windows.
Yeah, no, definitely very lovely. And again, it goes back to Europe. And like this would be a very decent sized apartment, you know, in an area surrounding the Mediterranean. So I almost feel like that kind of vibe. And we're not far from the ocean either. So
No,
that
we're
also,
directly oceanfront.
which also adds to that Mediterranean vibe.
It is. So over here we have the third bedroom, which right now is being used as an office. This one does have a little terrace. You can go out and, you know, see the buildings in the background from the old city, and then the rooftops. It's just a really European feel.
Yeah, and
Right.
a very unique spot in Panama. Like,
Exactly.
definitely very nice.
It is, and you've got an ensuite bath here as well. All the bathrooms are very good size that you normally don't see, you know, in
Casco.
the old city.
That's what I was going to say. In Casco, normally the properties I've seen are usually quite small. Again, very
Right.
Paris format. But here you have great size in a difficult place to find great
Well,
size.
this building in particular is very special. Unlike a lot of the buildings in the old city, there are numerous things that they had thought of, you know, while they were planning the construction of the building. And one very important one that's very hard to find in Casco Viejo is parking. This is the
Oh my God,
only
yes.
building in the old city that has underground parking.
Okay, that's great. for somebody who wants to move to Panama, if they want this kind of lifestyle and this kind of property, what should they be ready to pay in order to access this kind of lifestyle?
Actually, let me do what I always do. You guess.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
I hope I can get better at this with time because I'm not really good at it, but let's see. All right. I don't think the comparison to Florida is going to work this time because definitely it's not the vibe. But listen, like you said, we're in a historical district. You said it yourself, very clearly. We can't just take the historical district and copy paste it somewhere else. And at the same time, we have good square footage here, and we have all these amazing amenities. And we're right next to the presidential palace, and we're ocean and the parking, and we're oceanfront. I want to say 2.3, 2.5 million.
You're over again.
Oh,
You're
damn
over
it.
again,
Okay.
which is a good thing.
Okay.
Yes. No, this I have listed at 1.5.
1.5 million for this property.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the building, we do actually have from 68 square meters up to over 500 square meters. So there's a nice variety within Santa Familia.
Nice.
But yeah, we do rentals as well. And this
And if somebody were to rent this property, what would be the estimated value?
4,000.
4,000 a month, and you can live here. Okay. Yeah. If you buy a property like this, then you have access to Panama's, qualified investor visa. You automatically can become a permanent resident of Panama. Obviously, you're living here, so you have access to Panama's territorial tax system. What do I say to all my great Canadian friends out there? Remember, Heidi is one of my favorite Canadians here in Panama. If you're Canadian and you move down to Panama with the right planning, you can essentially wipe your taxes out. Forget about taxes. All your hard-earned money is yours 100%. If you're American, much more difficult to get to zero, but you can still lower your taxes substantially. And guess what? You can get that great Spanish European lifestyle while doing all of that. So honestly, Panama just never ceases to amaze me. I just find more and more reasons why people should put Panama on their map, either as seasonal residents or as full-on permanent residents and relocate here.
Yeah. I'm glad I left years ago.
Well, we're happy to have you here in Panama. Happy to always have you on the channel. And guys, remember, if you're considering Panama as a relocation spot and you want to explore more properties like these, European lifestyle in Casco Viejo, Rothbardgroup.com is the place to go. We've got the real estate experts, we've got the tax experts, and we have the immigration experts. See you next time. And Heidi, thank you so much.
My pleasure.